Hey guys, 9JK here giving insight to the Korean culture. So today I'm going to be making Samsaek Songpyeon. So this is in the challenging category and it has about 2 to 3 servings in this pack. So let's see the ingredients that came with it. So the first thing here is the recipe book. So these are all the ingredients that came with the book, with the pack. The only thing I have to add is just 1 cup of boiling water. Next, we have the green tea powder for coloring. We have the rice grain flour. We have some toasted sesame seeds. We have some salt. We have sweet pumpkin powder for yellow coloring. We have brown sugar. And then we have sesame oil. It comes with about 3 sachets of sesame oil. And the final thing that we have is the cotton cloth for steaming. So these are the steps. It has about 6 to 8 steps that I'm going to be following in order to prepare this meal. So like I said, the only thing I'm going to just be adding is just 1 cup of boiling water. So the first thing I need to do now is to pour the rice flour into a bowl. And after pouring it into a bowl, I'm going to be adding the whole sachet of salt. Then I want to mix this properly so that the salt is evenly distributed. Then I will now share it into 3 equal parts like I'm doing right now. So next I'm going to be adding these 2 different coloring to 2 of the bowls. You want to be careful so that they do not splash into one another. So I'm going to be adding the yellow coloring first to one of the bowl, then I'll add the green coloring to the next one. Then next we need to get our boiling hot water.
Jessica!
After evading the heart attack my sister almost caused, we want to mix the bowls that have colors properly so that the color is evenly distributed. Now I'm going to start with the white dough. I'm going to take about 4 tablespoons of water. Then I'm going to mix it with a spoon. You don't want to mix it with your hand because it's quite hot and you're going to burn your hands. You want to mix it with a spoon first until you start to see lumps forming. So if you need to add just a tiny bit of water, you can add more, but just mix it until you start to see lumps. And when you start to see some lumps, then we want to, start kneading the dough. So you need to wash your hand and dry your hand and then start kneading the dough. So the more you knead, the more chewy the dough becomes. So you're going to knead and try to, form it to a lump, a big lump. So for me, I had to add extra water because I felt like I needed it was too dry. So I added just a little bit of water. So right now I'm done kneading the dough. You can just see me testing it to see if it's the texture I want, and I'm okay with it. So now you need to put the first dough into a nylon bag. You can use a Ziploc bag to avoid it from drying out. And now we're going to repeat the same process to the next 2 colors, the green one and the yellow one. Just mix and then knead and wrap. Now I'm going to be creating the filling for the dough. I want to pour the sesame seeds into a grinder, add the brown sugar, and then grind it. Now you don't want to grind it to a fine powder, just a little bit. This is the texture I'm talking about. Now we take the first dough and place it on the chopping board. And then while working with each of the dough, you still need to cover them to prevent them from drying. Now I'm going to cut balls that are like chestnut sizes, and I'm going to roll them in between my palms to form a circle. You need to do this to create equal sizes. So I got about 5 balls from each of the doughs, and I'm just rolling them so that I can get an evenly shaped ball. Now I'm done rolling them. I want to start creating my well. Now the first thing you need to do is to take one of the balls and then using your thumb, I used my index finger, but you need to use your thumb to create a well. So just create a well, like a space for the filling, and then make it deep enough, but not too deep that it's going to pour out from the bottom. Now you're going to take a spoon and then take a little bit of the sesame seeds and put it in that hole or the well that you just made. Now if your bowl is big enough, you can take more. If it's smaller, you can take small, but mine was just small or tiny, so I just put the one that I thought could fill into the the well. So now you just need to start closing up that space that you just made. You need to close up the space you just made and remove all the air inside. Make sure there are no cracks, cracks or leakages anywhere. So you need to close it up so that the filling won't come out of the dough. So I think it's okay. This is what I got. It looks nice. Now we're going to repeat the process. So this is it. So next, you get your pot of boiling water and you put a strainer. I don't have a strainer, so I had to improvise. I'm using a sieve. And now you get your wet cotton cloth and put it over the strainer that is over a boiling water. You need to be careful so that your cotton cloth is not too long, so that the fire will not go and burn your house and you're in the parlor watching TV. Next, you put the doughs one by one. Now you're supposed to put it so that the 3 different colors will not touch each other. My pot is not that big, so I'm just using a plastic spoon to demarcate them, or just trying to improvise. Next, we leave them for about 35 minutes so that they can steam and cook properly. 35 minutes is up and I'm going to remove my dough from the fire. So this is it. It's quite hot. You don't want to use your hands. If not, it's going to get burnt and give you a permanent, tattoo, whatever they call it. So it's done. Next thing we're going to do is to pour it in a bowl and then add our toasted sesame seeds. We're adding this so that the doughs will not stick to one another. So I have about 3 sachets. I added only 2 because I felt like that's what I needed. And you just add it and then toss it properly. I'm tossing it so that they can be evenly coated with the oil. And after tossing it, you serve. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to click on the subscribe button, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.